What is up, and welcome back to another episode of So There's That. I'm your hostess, doing the mostest, Kivon, and we are here with the final film of the month for our short film coming in for the month of May in 2025. And this might be the most inspirational film of all. Why? It's a minute long. And it won Best Film in 2020. Now, I've been saying, preaching, banging on y'all head this whole time throughout every week. If you have an idea, do it. There is a space for whatever it is that you have. All you need is a clear idea, identity, and a point. Get to the point, okay? And in this 60-second short, yes, 60 seconds, you clearly know in act 1, 2, and 3 in under a minute. And it just goes to show you, like, get them ideas out of your notebooks, get them ideas out of your phone, get them ideas out, call up some people and be like, hey, I got a living room and a dream. Let's get it done. So, what is this story about? So, The Wait, which was done in 2020 during COVID, mind you, is a minute long. It is written and directed by Nolt, Vutthisak, and I believe these names, Google Translate, when I put these names in there, said that they were Norwegian, I believe. So I can't pronounce all of the pronunciations. I'm so sorry. But as y'all know, the pages and everything will be tagged in the description box. And it tells the story of a lonely drummer during the self-distancing period in 2020, who has grown frustrated with the absence of his band. Killing time, the self-taught drummer must do something using his own imagination. So it's written, directed, and edited by Nolt. It stars Kritthee, Visitkitjakarn. I'm so sorry. The director of photography was Ronapee, Pensri, and the music was also done by Kritthee and Korn. I cannot pronounce the last name. I'm so sorry. And it was mixed and mastered by Nolt Vutthisak. Sorry. So it says, like, okay, cool, this drummer is using his imagination. Well, Kibashi, what the hell happened in 60 seconds? So he's sitting there and he putting some food in the microwave, y'all. And we know what that feels like. What do they say? A watch pot don't cook. A watch microwave don't micro nor wave. So he's sitting there in his kitchen. He's waiting for his food to get warmed up. I did not work throughout the whole pandemic, but like the rest of y'all did, sitting there eating up all the food up in your house and just sitting there waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. And after about 10 to 15 seconds, he's like, what am I even doing? I might as well like do something else with this time. So he starts breaking out into like a drum solo, and then in his mind he's imagining himself in this space actually on his drums instead of sitting at his kitchen table waiting for his ramen noodles to hurry up and heat up. And so then the beat goes off, and he done had this whole thing within the last 40-45 seconds of waiting on his food, right? So you're like, okay, how could you get acts 1, 2, and 3 in there, right? This was done during the pandemic, and it's very important that you remember that this is when it was done, because a lot of people, when the world stopped, time seemed to slow down, and a lot of people realized they were in jobs that they hated. They were in relationships with people that they did not like. They realized that they actually had zero hobbies. Some people realized that they were not as interesting as they thought they were without the titles of being this person at work, this person to your parents, this person to your children, this person to your pets, this person to your spouse. And so a huge identity crisis happened in both personal and professional areas of people's lives during the pandemic. So the world said, sit down and chill out. So now it's up to you. Are you going to sit here and just wait till the world opens back up, wait till the beep comes, and then you're like, okay, I'm about to get back to my regularly scheduled programming? Or while this thing is happening, are you going to do something that will work on yourself in the meantime? That way, when the world opens back up, when everything starts back up again, and that sound goes off for things to start moving, will you have done something that makes you better prepared on the other side? One of the things that I think in the 60 seconds that truly highlights that I saw happen during the pandemic is a lot of people was on what's the name of that masterclass. A lot of people was on like that website where people were, you could like learn different languages, learn how to play instruments and stuff like that. And this character, this the star of this, who plays himself, is a self-taught drummer. People was learning how to play the cello, crochet for the first time, at-home pottery, all types of stuff, and discovering things about themselves instead of just sitting there waiting around being like, oh my God, I can't wait for the club to open back up. I can't wait to go to brunch again. Like, people actually took an introspective approach to their own identities and going back to who they were when they were between the ages of 10 and 15, before society told you to hurry up and figure out your entire life by the time that you were 18 years old, before you allowed your parents and your friends and other people to tell you that you're not good enough, you're not smart enough, you're not strong enough, you're not passionate enough, to beat you down to the point where you turn into like a miserable ass 30 to 40, 50, 60 something year old hating on younger people because the world beat the spark out of you. So in just this 60 seconds, they really captured what the pandemic did and the positive side of what became of it, in spite of the darkness, in spite of the death tolls, and in spite of the weight. You know what I mean? And they did it in such a simple way that everybody can relate to. Warming up your leftovers. If that ain't something powerful, I don't know what to tell you. So I'm gonna just read off some of the accolades. So when you submit stuff to festivals, I don't know if y'all have ever seen like actual poster cards with like the wreaths and everything on there. So every time you get like selected in the festival, and or if you win in the festival, you add a wreath to that title card. So then when you're submitting to more festivals, your title card is updated and it shows your accolades like right there on the front, just in case you didn't know what that was. So Best Film, Stay Home Film Fest 2020. Official selection for Life Screening International Short Film Festival, September of 2021. Official selection for Got a Minute Film Festival in 2020. Official selection for Gandhara Independent Film Festival in 2021. And official selection for the Stay Home Film Fest, which is what they won Best Film for. So like I've been saying, there's different film categories for different parameters. A film that's a minute or less, a film that's 5 to 7 minutes, a film no more than 13 minutes, 15 minutes, or whatever. Some no less than 20 minutes, but no more than 45 minutes. Otherwise, it doesn't constitute as a short film. So no matter the idea that you have, put it down on some pages. You got 5 pages, you got 4 pages, you got 6 pages, you got 3 pages. Okay. Get it together, act it out, get it all edited, make it as best as you can with the tools and the knowledge that you have coming out of the gate. And then look up film festivals that fit the criteria, that fit the genre, and just go for it. Like, just go for it. Literally, they made a movie. And it probably took all of on filming day, on film day, an hour, 2 hours. And I say 2 hours to an hour because there is an intercut of him in his own world and imagination that's not in this apartment. So it's like, okay, depending on how far you have to travel, you know, you're traveling, you're setting up the drum set and all this other stuff. Other than that, he went from the table to the microwave, from the microwave to the table. And that's it. And it was a total of 4 people on this whole project. A camera, an actor, somebody who did the music and the editing in post. That's it. That's it. You can have a large crew, a medium crew, a very small crew. You have a small crew and every single one of them got 2, 3 jobs. Or you just got, like I said, a camera, an idea, and a dream. And you just go for it. So there's that. The final film Wednesday for the month of May, highlighting and shouting out short films that you can find on YouTube. And for this one, there was a part 2 that just came out 2 weeks ago. So I'm going to link both of these in the description box so you can just go watch it and just get inspired. Get inspired. You want to do a web series and you want them to be 2 minutes long? Do it. Do it. Okay. It don't take that much. It don't even take a lot of equipment. Get you some nice little microphones off of Amazon. Get you a phone. Get you a DSLR. Get you a camera, something that you like that has good quality, and just go have fun. Filmmaking is about putting out art. Filmmaking is about freedom of expression. It's the closest thing to being able to be Professor X and project your thoughts into everybody else. It is the closest thing for people really and literally being able to see what goes off in your brain when those synapses are when those neurons are firing over the synapses. Like, that is what this is. And with everything going on in the world, like I've been saying, art is what keeps us moving. It's what keeps us going. It helps us escape. It helps us grieve. It helps us find a catharsis to things. It helps us just laugh and have a good time as we're all struggling to get through every 24-hour as best as we can with the knowledge that we have at the time. And we just hope and pray that tomorrow we get a little bit more knowledge and we can do better now than we did before then. And what better way to get all of that across than this movie that's, again, 60 seconds long. And with that, y'all know the drill. Like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave comments in the comments box below. If you got people that only want to listen to me yap, then make sure you share the Spotify and the Apple Podcast link. They can also find me on Instagram at So There's That Podcast, where I'm posting so many different things about film and television updates. You can also find me on Twitter, where I do live tweets and where I talk about so many other shows, so many other movies and stuff that I just watch for fun in my own free time, at Kivanshi. You can also find me on TikTok, where I do short form reviews and sometimes weekly recaps. My words getting jumbled up. Weekly recaps on shows that I do not cover here on the podcast. So if there's something that you've been dying for me to talk about, or you've been wanting to know my thoughts and my ideas, you might actually find it on TikTok under the name, you guessed it, at Kivanshi. With that, I'm going to catch y'all in the next episode during my birthday month. And I'm out.